Check. One. All right, ready?
Yep.
Let's see if I can see this. Ah. Oh. Today's the 21st, right?
Yep. 21st June 2017.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Jason Davis here. Welcome into Football 15 on Wednesday, June 21st, 2017. Let's start on the field at the Confederations Cup in Russia, where Ronaldo scored in the 8th minute on a header after a perfect cross from Rafael Guerreiro to give Portugal a 1-0 win over the hosts, Russia. We move on from the Confederations Cup and the 2018 World Cup to the 2026 World Cup. The United States, Canada, and Mexico could have competitions in a bid for that tournament. Speaking in Russia at the Confederations Cup, Chile Federation President Arturo Sala said that his country will consider bidding for that tournament in a joint bid with other South American countries. The president of the South American Football Confederation, Alejandro Dominguez, had previously said that South America would expect to host the 2030 tournament. We will consider the possibility of doing it together with 2 or 3 other countries, Salah said Tuesday in Moscow, according to the Associated Press. We'll have to see. The bidding period is open. We have to see if there's any possibility of partnering with some of our neighbors to see if we could make a bid. Salah did not say if he had spoken to any other countries to join as hosts with Chile. The deadline for countries to state their intention of bidding for the 2026 World Cup hosting rights is August 11th. It is, of course, silly season across Europe. We start with Manchester United and Chelsea both holding talks with Robert Lewandowski's representatives. Sky sources understand that Chelsea and Manchester United have made contact with Lewandowski's representatives, both of them chasing the signature of the Polish international, rather. Guillaume Balog believes Chelsea and United have spoken to Lewandowski's representatives over a potential move. Balog believes that Lewandowski's preferred choice at this stage is Stamford Bridge and Chelsea, but United are thought to be very keen on landing the 28-year-old. Chelsea could move for Lewandowski if their other move for Romelu Lukaku falls apart. Of course, Chelsea chasing the Everton striker as well. The Mirror says that Chelsea are looking to capitalize on the fallout between Lewandowski and his club and jump into the fray to grab Lewandowski if there is no deal for Romelu Lukaku. Also, Tottenham right back Kyle Walker has been strongly linked with a move to the Etihad to join Pep Guardiola and Manchester City, although the price tag there is said to be £45 million as set by Spurs. Arsenal fans getting a little upset over speculation that Alexis Sanchez could move. The Arsenal official website sent Gooners into a meltdown. The future of Alexis Sanchez was always going to dominate the summer talking points for Arsenal fans, and the latest reports suggest that Sanchez will not decide his future until after the Confederations Cup, which is over on July 2nd. The Arsenal website now lists Danny Welbeck and not Alexis Sanchez as number 7. Both Sanchez and Mesut Ozil were left out of a Puma picture of the new Arsenal kit. Again, Tottenham has placed that £45 million price tag, £45 million price tag rather, on Kyle Walker. Chelsea have also began talks with Diego Costa over a $50 million move with Atletico Madrid, £50 million rather, even though that Atletico Madrid transfer ban would prevent them from signing anybody until 2018. Liverpool are set to pay a club transfer record of £39 million for Mohamed Salah from Roma. This is the end of a transfer saga that had Basel refusing to pay £10 million over the winger. Now Liverpool could break their own transfer record twice this summer as they are going after central midfielders and center backs in addition to the Roma man. Swansea, in the meanwhile, are interested in entering the battle for £20 million rated striker Kelechi Iheanacho from Manchester City. Tottenham boss Mauricio Pochettino is also mulling a move over Real Madrid striker Mariano Diaz. Mexico has reached out to their fans, the federation there, asking their small group of fans to stop saying a chant that FIFA says is homophobic. After Mexico drew their opening Confederations Cup match 2-2 with Portugal in Russia, FIFA has warned the FMF about insulting and discriminatory chants from its fans and could take further action if it happens again. Mexico have already been fined 8 times during the World Cup qualifying process because of the chanting. Some Mexico fans, of course, chant a certain word at goalkeepers when they take a goal kick. There's questions over whether or not this word is ultimately homophobic within Mexican culture, but the FMF is moving to curb the chant in light of the possible punishment that could be handed down by FIFA. As you know, FIFA is very serious about the chanting that we do when the goalkeeper takes a goal kick, and the possible sanctions are very serious, said the statement from the FMF. Our efforts on the pitch will come to nothing because of this. If we lose the match, the game is suspended or you are expelled from the stadium. We lose, you lose, everyone loses. That's the plea to Mexico fans from the FMF. Meanwhile, Manchester United has been cleared by FIFA over potential wrongdoing in their deal with Juventus for midfielder Paul Pogba. Football's world governing body will open a disciplinary proceeding against Juventus, however, after asking both clubs last month for clarification on the deal for the French international. It had been reported that Pogba's agent, Mino Raiola, had earned £41 million from the deal. A FIFA spokesperson said, "We can confirm that the disciplinary proceedings have been opened against Juventus. We cannot comment further as proceedings are ongoing. We can confirm that no disciplinary proceedings have been opened against Manchester United." Of course, Pogba is in his second spell at Manchester United after going the other direction for just £1.5 million back in 2012. All right, that's the start of a Football 15 here on a Wednesday. Stick around. More transfer news, also from news from around the world of football when we come back.
That was perfect.
I didn't like that out, but other than that.
You hit the mark right. 7 minutes.
I got 6:45 on my clock, but yeah. Close enough. Close enough for government work. Close enough for what we're doing, right?
Yep.
All right. I still don't feel like I'm centered.
I can move you around.
Well, you can't if the frame if the frame is a problem. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I was messing with that. We were messing with that before. All right. Yeah, go ahead and put me back. I'm gonna get going here. All right. Don't be reaching for stuff while I'm on the air, man. That was throwing me off.
Okay.
Seriously, there's like a quiet on the set thing we have to follow.
Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. 5, 4. Huh? 5, 4, 3, 2. We don't have to say 3, 2, 1. We say 5, 4.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
5, 4, 3, yes.
5, 4, 3, 2. Back here on Football 15 for a Wednesday. I'm Jason Davis, and this is Compass Football. Let's turn to an interesting bit of news as it relates to Paolo Maldini, the retired AC Milan and Italy legend. What has Paolo Maldini been up to these days? Well, he owns a part of Miami FC in the NASL, and he's also a tennis player. The legendary Italian player has qualified for an ATP Challenger Tour event. Of course, he was capped 126 times by Italy and is now a qualifier for the ATP Tour with doubles partner Stefano Landonio. Landonio is 46 and was once ranked 975th in the world, and he has coached Maldini on the tennis court since Maldini retired in 2009. The pair will compete in the Aspria Tennis Cup, a Challenger Tour event in Milan, which begins on the 29th of June. The Challenger Tour is the tier below the top-level ATP World Tour, which features the best players in the world, of course. Maldini spent 31 years with AC Milan, 24 of them as a professional, winning 7 league titles and the Champions League 5 times. The ongoing tax saga in Spain has scooped up Jose Mourinho. Mourinho has defended his history after being accused of tax fraud in Spain. Manchester United manager saying that he has not done anything wrong. In a statement from his representatives at Gestifute, Gestifute, Mourinho published a certificate of compliance from the Spanish tax authorities for his period at Real Madrid, insisting that he paid more than £23 million in taxes and was not informed of any new cases against him. Jose Mourinho has not received any notification with regards to the news published today, the statement read. To this date, neither the Spanish tax authorities nor the public prosecutor have contacted Mourinho or his advisors who were hired for the inspection process. The Spanish government, in turn, through the tax department, issued a certificate in which it attested that he had regularized his position and was in compliance with all of his tax obligations. Obviously, those allegations against Mourinho follow those against Cristiano Ronaldo and, of course, Lionel Messi and Neymar and many others scooped up in Spain's bid to collect money, mostly on image rights held outside the country. Patrick Vieira, head coach of NYCFC in Major League Soccer, has laughed off rumors linking him to European managerial jobs. In just his second season in NYCFC, the Arsenal legend has downplayed reports linking him to various jobs in Europe, including back in his native France, as well as with his former club, Arsenal. In his first season in charge, he took the NYCFC club to the playoffs in their first appearance in that tournament. This job is Vieira's first managerial position after coming out of Manchester City, where he was a youth coach for several seasons. Leicester City has a new coach, an assistant. Michael Appleton has left Oxford United to become a Fox's assistant. He guided Oxford to automatic promotion from League Two and into 2 Wembley finals with the Football League trophy in his 3 years at Oxford. He had previously worked at with Craig Shakespeare, the new Leicester manager at West Brom. Michael has already achieved great success and been acknowledged by many as one of the most talented coaches in English football, Shakespeare said. Former Portsmouth, Blackpool, and Blackburn boss Appleton added, "The opportunity to move to a Premier League club was something that I felt I couldn't turn down, which I hope the fans will appreciate." Shakespeare was confirmed as the Fox's permanent manager on a 3-year deal earlier this month. He had taken over at the King Power Stadium for Claudio Ranieri when Ranieri was sacked during the season. Going back to MLS and NYCFC, David Villa, the star striker, former Spanish international, he's the latest to get to 50 goals in an MLS career. He scored 50 and 51 this past weekend and is now hungry for more. Villa broke a mini slump with his 9th and 10th goals in his 15th league game of the year. It came at a perfect time for NYCFC, who is now gearing up for a rivalry match against the Red Bulls on Saturday at Red Bull Arena. I think a lot of these goals give good memories to the history of NYCFC, give a lot of points and give moments for the team, so I'm happy for that, Villa said. He was the 5th quickest player to score 50 goals in MLS history, behind Raul Diaz-Arce, Carlos Ruiz, Roy Lassiter, and Taylor Twellman, according to Elias Sports Bureau. A banker has admitted to money laundering in a FIFA case. A 236-page indictment was released by the Justice Department in 2015 and named numerous financial institutions, including Julius Baer, one of the banks involved, as having handled bribes paid to officials across FIFA. The 2015 indictment specifically highlighted a $5 million wire transfer to a Julius Baer bank account in the name of a company affiliated with Torneos y Competencias, an Argentine sports marketing firm that had already pleaded guilty in the American case and was promising to pay the government more than $112 million. The indictment does little to disguise the identity of one of the soccer officials who received the payments, Julio Grandana, a longtime FIFA and Argentine Soccer Association official who died in 2014. Julius Baer itself has been scrutinized by American prosecutors who may have considered charging the bank for its role in helping to launder bribe money to soccer officials. We are pursuing the bad actors, including soccer officials, sports marketing companies, financial institutions, and their bankers, who have intentionally and criminally violated the law by laundering illegal proceeds, said Richard Weber, chief of the IRS Criminal Investigation Division. Former U.S. women's national team head coach Tony DeCicco has passed away at the age of 68. The women's soccer community and the American soccer community lost a giant on Tuesday morning when it was announced that the former national team manager had passed away. The world learned of the tragedy through Tony DeCicco's son, Anthony, who issued a statement on his Twitter account. DeCicco took over as the U.S. women's national team boss in 1994, and during his 5 years in charge, helped the U.S. women's national team win 103 matches and the famous 1999 Women's World Cup victory over China in penalty kicks. After the stint with the national team, DeCicco served as commissioner of the Women's United Soccer Association and was a vital figure in promoting the women's game. He also served as a broadcaster for Fox Sports and for ESPN. All right, that's it. That's all the football news you need to know on a Wednesday. This is Football 15 on Compass Football. I'm Jason Davis, and I'll see you tomorrow.